Okay, so let's be real. I feel our entire generation has become extremely fluent with the trauma language. Oh, I cannot be good in my relationship because I haven't seen my parents to work. I cannot be a leader because I was bullied in school, or my procrastination is just my trauma response. We have been really taught well to connect each of our flaws in the present, become a cause from the past. It makes sense though, because it makes it validating, it makes it comforting in some ways. What if I told you that it's completely lie? What if I tell you your past trauma, your upbringing, your past failures has got nothing to do to who you are in your present? Well, stay with me, because this single idea from this book, The Courage to be Disliked, a fantastic book, actually could be that system reboot that you are probably seeking. Hey, welcome back to the Unfold Learning Podcast. This is your host, Kostav. In case you're new to this space and this channel, do check out the previous videos, and if you like them, only then like, subscribe and share. And if you are continuing to be here with me in this journey and you are back, so welcome back and thank you for being there. On that note, let's get started to unfold some amazing learnings from this book, The Courage to be Disliked. Well, this book is essentially a dialogue between a philosopher and a youth. The learnings in this book are based out of the work by Alfred Adler, a giant psychology alongside Freud and Jung. Adler's big idea is a total game changer. He rejects the psychology of cause, which he calls as etiology. What is this psychology of cause or etiology? Well, this is the default setting for us as humans. It's the cause and effect story. A, the past, leads to B, the present. I was hurt, therefore I am broken. This mindset, while confirming, makes you the victim of your past. You become a passenger in a car that is driven by your history. It's a bug in our mental operating system, and that's what Adler flips completely with his learnings. Now, as an alternative to the psychology of cause or etiology, what does Adler propose? He proposes Teleology. Now, what does this mean? This means the psychology of purpose. It argues that you are not really pushed to your past, but you are actually pulled by a goal that you set for yourself. You have a goal B, so you create your feelings and actions to justify it. Sounds a bit weird. In fact, while I was reading this book for the first time, it was like, whoa, what is it even talking about? Does it really mean that the past doesn't matter? Well, as you unfold this, you will realize that it's not saying that your trauma did not happen or it doesn't matter. Instead, it's saying you are now unconsciously using that trauma to achieve a current goal. Let's now break that down. Imagine you have a friend who says that I have social anxiety, so I cannot come to the party. Now that's etiology for you there, which means there is a diagnosis already happened, the psychology of the cause. The philosopher in this book would actually flip it basis Adler's theory, which is the psychology of purpose, called as teleology. He'd say that you have the goal of not going to the party. Maybe you're scared of being judged or feeling awkward, so you're producing the emotion of anxiety to use as a perfectly valid reason to stay at home. Does that make sense? What it is actually telling us is that the anxiety is not an external force that is happening to you. It's a tool that you are using by yourself to achieve the goal of not engaging. This isn't victim blaming. It is the ultimate form of empowerment. If you are creating an emotion, you have the power to stop creating by choosing a different goal. And that's the way you use theology in your life's purpose to kind of unfold and unlock, as they say, your own potential. Okay, so you must be wondering, why do we need to even think about this right now, especially in a space where we are kind of surrounded with the jazz of AI and automation and etc., the world is changing at a rapid pace. Well, why does this matter? And it's a very good question. Well, when you think about AI and its current form, it is a master of etiology. It is bases the psychology of a cause. What has happened in the past, it will aggregate, assimilate, and then produce you something new. It works by analyzing massive amounts of your past data to predict your future. Because you watched this, and hence I would suggest you this. Because your resume shows your past skills, hence these are the jobs suited for you. That's how an AI world would operate. AI is a cause and effect machine right now. But you are not an algorithm. I repeat, but you are not an algorithm. You cannot lead your life basis what has stacked in your past. Instead, you have that superpower to kind of flip it on its head and practice teleology, which is the psychology of purpose. Your superpower is being human, which helps you to surface your unique abilities. As human being, at any point in time, you can defy all your past, set a new goal, a new purpose, and act towards it and be in pursuit of it, irrespective of how your past trauma, failures, or upbringing were, making all of AI's prediction about you obsolete. That's the strength that we uphold in these times, and that is why it is important for us to understand this psychology, back it with principles and some concrete learning, and internalize the fact that who we are today, the way we conduct ourselves or the way we would want to conduct ourselves, has got nothing to do with our past experiences. It doesn't work that way. You don't have to be a prisoner of your own data set. That is the ultimate competitive advantage that you can have. So the first foundational truth from the book, The Courage to be Disliked: you are not what your past has made you. You are what you have chosen to be, based on the goals that you have set for yourself right now. You are the author and not the character. Take a second. Let that sink in. I know it's heavy. It was for me as well, to kind of take a pause and actually process what it's trying to convey to you. Because it's a huge responsibility to kind of reorient yourself and think that irrespective of your past, it stays there. It doesn't affect who you are today or who would you want to be or who you would want to be in the future. It's a great responsibility, but trust me, it gives you immense freedom to experience. But this radical idea immediately brings up a massive question. If I'm in charge of my life, then what about everyone else around me? What about my parents, my peers, my friends? What about the expectations, my boss's demands, the pressure from my friends and relatives to be in a certain way? How do I really stop them from trapping me? This is where I will bring you the next concept from this book, which is the separation of tasks, in the next video. Single greatest fact that I've kind of picked up for myself, which helps you to set boundaries and destroy the drama out of your life. And that's exactly what we are going to unfold in our next video. So if you're ready to learn how to free yourself from the judgment of others, then do make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you get a notification when the new video comes in. Do like, comment, and share. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer. For now, do drop in a comment of what you think about the etiology versus the teleology, the learnings from this book, The Courage to be Disliked. Let's get the conversation started. That's my time. This is your host, Costa, and I'll see you soon in the next episode. Thank you, and thank you for being there.